that. That's what you get, buddy. Anybody else around here? Anybody else? I think that's it. What's up there, fellow gamers? Balak here. This is 7 Days to Die Alpha 17. Currently on day 12. And this is going to be kind of my impressions video. I did put a video out that showed, with no commentary, the first Horde night. I still got to replace those down there. But my trees are growing, so that's good. I can go out there and cut those down. Yeah, so the first Horde night that I had wasn't bad. I mean, I ended up killing myself. If you saw the video, I had a booby trap that I put some spikes right behind that door, and then I went into that door with no light and killed myself. It's after the Horde night. But other than that, it went okay. But man, the zombies running really fast now, and they just like tore through 3 rows of the spikes. And the spikes are kind of neat now because you can actually put them at cata corners or change them long ways or front ways, and you can mix and match them. They got rid of the triangle ones that you used to be able to like put walls and on walls and upgrade. You can upgrade these as well. I haven't done it yet. I've just been doing the spikes, and what I figured out was, if I can put the ramps up, and then they'll run across the top and fall just like that other guy did over there, instead of running into them sideways and just like breaking them at full speed. We'll see how that's going to work, but I think what I'm going to do is put this row of 4 I have now in this ramp, and then I'm going to go a little farther out and put another wall all the way back around and see how that works out for these guys. The random hordes that spawn now are a little different because they used to take you out, man. They used to like just run from like they would just run past, right? Now they spawn in and they just kind of hang around the area that they're in, and they'll eventually like move towards you. I miss him. Oops, excuse me. Get my chair here. If you notice now, he's got an arrow stuck in him. That's a change. So now that he's dead, I hope I don't break a leg. Nope. I can run over here, and I can get my arrow back. You can't get all your arrows. They do break. You'll hear them shatter quite often into the zombie's chest or head or whatever else. You can like stick them in walls. You can stick them in trees. Stick them in the ground. Kind of awesome. That's a town I spawned in close to. I'm in the desert. It gets hot. Environment does matter now. It did before, but it even matters more now. But I had water here. When I was first testing the server out, I didn't have any water near where I was at, and that was not good. Now I do. So I decided when I restarted the server and changed some settings, because I had it on hard. Zombies are too hard now. They do a much more damage. They're smarter. They navigate better. And then sometimes they don't navigate at all. It's kind of strange. I know it's still alpha. Still early in 17, and I'm sure they'll tweak some stuff. But honestly, I've been reading a lot of stuff on the forums, and people have given their 2 cents. I've watched some other streamers and recorders and on YouTube, and some like it, some don't. I'll tell you this: the beginning of the game, when you first spawn in and start, is much harder, and it's not just because the zombies are smarter and the zombies are harder. It's the way they pop in, the way the sleepers are at, where they have them placed. and your stam drain is huge. If you look in the lower left-hand corner there, I got 99 out of 110 and 75 out of 100. The only way to get your stam back up is to eat food and to eat good food. And like most survival games, you can't find good food right off the bat. You have to like scavenge, try to find some cans, um, hopefully get you a bow going, and then maybe kill some animals, and that's how you're gonna have to do it. I mean, it's once you get going, it's kind of the same. People say it's much more tedious, and they just made it hard by making it tedious. I disagree. I think they've made it more survival, less not survival. That's the only way to put it. It's not point and click anymore. I mean, once you get to a certain spot, in the previous game, you could just previous version of the game, you could just you're on coast mode, right? Um, I'm on day 12. I don't have steel. I can't even make rocks yet. Nurse chicken here. The bows now have these sights on them. Zoom in a little bit. Which tends to work out good. This is a new animation. Got her. She fell down and she gets back up. She's like the nurse kingfisher now. You can still do all the same things you could before. You can plant stuff. They've changed the color palette a little bit in the desert here. I noticed it. This is all sand. It's much brighter. The weather actually is dynamic. I know it was before, but it still is. It seems a little more realistically dynamic now. The water looks much better than it did before. It still doesn't flow, and I'm still getting those little crappy pits right there in the water from zombies walking around. I think that has something more to do with the game engine than anything else. It's got to be. I mean, there's no way they would just leave that in there. I've seen a couple of videos where people were like in creative mode. Did I run out of arrows? No. Oh, I was using steel arrows. Damn it. Good ones. They were in creative mode and they built a road. And they built a road across like the water, and the water stayed parted. Like that head. Look at that. Look at that. You flop around like that, you dead zombie. Get my arrow back. But overall, first impressions for what they changed and how long it took. I know people are complaining that it took forever and it's not that much different. I don't know. They did a lot. They upgraded the engine. They tweaked the graphics. They've changed some gameplay mechanics. In particular, if you go over here to your skill list, they've changed all this. And I don't really like that they don't give you some instructions on how to do it, but but it kind of makes sense. So attribute is perception. This is all the perception stuff. And this is like a mini head, and this is like a mini head, and then all these fall under the marksmanship, and these fall under that. Well, if I go down here to Lucky Looter, I can buy this one, but if I click over here, or just show this one, I have to have perception at 3 in order to just unlock this one. Right now, I have perception at 3, but I don't have any points. Make sense? I mean, so that's how you have to do it. You have to go. You have to increase this one before you can increase these. And so you have to kind of pick what you're doing, which direction you want to go. I picked some attributes here so that I could get some attributes here and be able to hold more. I'm still waiting for this one. I need to get another point. Here's my skill level down here. The fastest way I found to actually skill up is to just kill zombies. And then this one right here is to harvest 60% more. I'm waiting on that one. I got to be at level 5 strength level, and right now I'm at 3. So you don't earn as much experience just doing mundane stuff. I mean, I got to chop all these trees. I mean, if you look, I don't even have a hammer yet. Normally by 12 or day 13, I have found a hammer or something, and nothing. I mean, there's a firehouse in there, and I went over there to try and get an axe, and they didn't even have any fire axes. I mean, and I didn't change a lot of the settings. I got for this server, which by the way, if you guys want to join, it's Perpetual Realms. You can find it in the server list. Currently, I can hold it to 10 people. I am just leaving it that way until and if I get more people. But I just put like the loot to 100, and I did make the claim zone 200 blocks, which I just realized now is really big. I mean, I claimed that house over there. I cleared it out and I put a claim block in there. Well, that claim block is within 200 blocks of this. So this is about 20 right here. 20. So you go 40, 68. I mean, that's within the 200. So all this stuff is. And what a claim block does, it doesn't let zombies spawn in. They can still wander, or wandering hordes can still come in, but they can't spawn in here. Like if I'm away and come back, they won't be sleepers anywhere, which is good. So that one over there, once I put it in there, then I decided, I like the house. I always do the houses. I don't know why. I get them and then I build. My last game that I didn't have on I had it on a server. I guess I just didn't make any videos. I had a pop-up hill, and it was a big complex hospital that me and a friend of mine went ahead and cleared out, and we built a big wall around it, and we had the chopper blades and all that kind of stuff. So it was cool. But traditionally, I like to get houses and then build around the houses and kind of fix them up and do all kind of stuff. Well, because I didn't know what was going to happen on Horde Night, I was like, I better get ready for the first one, just to, because especially when I saw how much stam drain was going on. I mean, it's unreal how much stam you actually use at the beginning parts of the game before you perk it up at all. So I went ahead and just built a little shack with a little wall, and because it was within the 200 there, like I said, it was protected from sleepers, which is great. But they're just wood walls. I mean, come on. If you guys play this game, the wood walls don't last very long. I mean, even the reinforced doors, with the metal don't last long. And the zombies are smarter. I mean, they've always gone to where, like, the door is at. They try to find the weakest spot. Well, whenever I was on the 7th day, if you notice, I've got metal right there, and I ran out of metal. This is where they attacked, was right there. So they're not only finding doors and entryways, because what I did was I took that entryway out. I went ahead and just closed that off, so I was just sealed in. They found the weakest spot on here, which was that block there, and then started to work their way around. And like I said, they came full speed, boom, 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 and took out a whole bunch of these things. So, I don't know what day 14 is going to be like. I've tried not to watch too many videos of people, getting too far ahead of me. I'm an explorer. I like to explore the gameplay myself. So this is where we're at. So this last thing I did was I put up these ramps, and I've died a few times. It's mostly through my own fault. You see that broken spike? Yeah, that was me. I fell in there. Stupid. So I think what I'm gonna do now is cut some of these trees. And sorry, I'm gonna keep it with me. I don't like to film and patch together video. This is the game as it is. You should see it as it is. Something else I don't like, though. I mean, I really do like these tree models. Of course, they start out small, and they get half grown, and then they get to full grown, which is great because at 600 hit points they have. I mean, look what I'm getting: 1 experience point and 1 wood per hit. And it's because it's my weapon. I can't get anything more than a quality 2 at this point, so it is what it is. Anyway, so the only thing I don't like is here in the desert, it gets hot, and you gotta have clothes. And here, did you guys see my character? Let me show you my character. These are the clothes that I've found, literally. Lucky goggles, which don't seem to be too lucky. I don't know. This duster, which actually has pretty good heat resistance, says 21. Got a tank top on, 9. Then I found a skirt, so my guy's just wearing a skirt because that's the only clothes he had other than the plant fiber pants, which, I mean, they were like heat resistance of 1. And then this friggin' hat. So, yeah, he's a character. Look at that. But yeah, see, there's the heat. If you look, Oh, I just ran over a stick. Ah, you damn. I do that all the time, too. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that guy. Yeah, bandages are hard to make. I mean, yeah, they increase the difficulty of the game. I need some more aloe vera. And some people don't like it, and some people do. I think it's fine. It makes it more challenging. And you can always, play on a server or create your own multiplayer server. You can't. I mean, you can go into the programming and you can change some of the stuff for your single player game if you want to do that, if you know how to do it. Um, or you can start a multiplayer game and just not let anybody else log in and play, and change the settings and make it easier and less zombies and all that kind of good stuff. Um, but as it is, like I said, just on normal, it seems to be challenging enough right now. I mean, especially with the stuff that I can't find. And it's not, there's a skyscraper, it's not that one, but it's behind over there. That's like a building site. I went over there and I was like, I'll go over here. It's a construction site. I'll be able to find me a hammer. Nothing. I went halfway up that building, died a couple of times from zombies. And that's another thing. You don't want. Oh, let me get back to my other conversation real quick before I get sidetracked. 68 left on this tree. See, I still got the red around. I got the red around my screen because I'm hot. And that little son down there with the sad face, like the sun-kissed son, but he's unhappy because he's spoiled orange juice. Um, I'm hot still, but I'm in the shade, and that bugs me. I don't know why. I mean, the game is not super realistic. I mean, it's got zombies for God's sake, and I can carry all this crap, on my body. But I just think trees should shade you. I don't know. So I may make that suggestion, and maybe they plan on making it so, but I don't know. If right now, if I want to go inside there, then I'll cool off. And what that does is, you go in here and look at your new settings. It gives you this little thing, hot. You've been hot for 2 minutes, and when you're hot, it takes more water to keep you cool. So like right now, I'm at 94%. That'll drop quite a bit. The higher this goes, the faster that drops. So you gotta kind of watch what you're doing. It is more survival. And like I said, I like it. I know some don't. I prefer it. But then it's so loud when the trees fall. And you can kind of run over the tree, and then it disappears. So I think that's a function of the engine as well. But let's get how much wood did that one tree give me? It gave me like 100 wood. I guess that's better than it was. I play Medieval Engineers. I was playing that for a while, and Keen Software House and their engine that they use for Space Engineers, they have the Medieval Engineers secondary game. I like it much better than Space Engineers, to be honest with you, but again, it's a survival building game. I played it before Alpha 17 came out, and I had a server, and I was, a few people had logged in and built some stuff or whatever, but the game is about building castles and knocking castles down, but it's not completely fleshed out as far as how. I need to repair this stupid thing. That's the only thing bad about Equality 2. It takes forever. Oh, and that's another thing that they fixed. You can be crafting stuff, and even though this is full, you can fix your hammer. Score! I mean, you'd have to cancel all this, you'd have to let that one pop over to the front, it would fix your hammer, and then you would have to start whatever you're doing over again. Not anymore. Now you can just fix your hammer while you're still crafting. Anyway, the Medieval Engineers. So yeah, I mean, I had a nice spot, and it was taking a long time because I don't like cheat modes. I mean, even though I'm the server admin, I could turn on cheat mode, but why do that? I could just play creative mode and not have to worry about it. So I like the challenge. I like the challenge of the game as it's designed, and try and use the tools that the devs give you to not complete the game, but play the game. And so I spent a lot of time mining and building and doing all this kind of stuff, and literally took me you know, I got a full-time job, so it's not like I play 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I played quite a bit, and it took me a month and a half to landscape an area and get the just the footings and the walls and the just the first floor and second tier up, you know, with some stairs, and that's it. I didn't get to do nothing else because then Alpha 17 came out, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the zombies. My biggest complaint about medieval engineers, like I said, it's not fully fleshed out as far as things that can happen. I mean, they have like some NPCs that will come out and try to attack you. They never show up. I mean, the AI is stupid, and the animals that you hunt and kill. You know, that game should almost always be played in creative mode, literally, just because there's no challenge. The one thing I like about 7 Days to Die, it's 7 days. You have 7 days, 7 in-game days, to get prepared for the zombie attack. And that's always got to be your top priority, get prepared. And once you get to a certain point, yeah, even now I'm sure once I get to a certain level, it won't be as bad. But I will still always have to repair, and I will always have to get ready and make sure I have ammo and everything. You know, you have to, because if you don't, that's the end game for you. And that brings me back to the other story I was saying a minute ago. You don't want to die in this game now. When you die, down where the little sun is at, you get another icon. And it says you're suffering from near-death experience. So you'll go into here, and you'll have one here, and it'll be an hour of real time, not in-game time, that counts down. That hour, while it's going, you have, if you look at my water, look, 73 already, from 94. That hour, as it counts down, you lose skill point ability. So it's like you're -1 on everything. So if you're just barely, if you go like into mine, like increase my stat to 110, right? If I had that one, it's almost like that doesn't exist. It'll have a red check mark because I can't use that anymore. It defaults back to the first one. So they've made it to where you don't want to die, especially you get quite a bit of stuff done and you're using all your perks, and suddenly you can't make something because you got the perk and it's gone now, and creates a problem. So you need to try to avoid dying. I'm early enough. I've only died, let me see, going to stats. I did have somebody else here before. I've died 5 times, and probably 3 of those were because I fell on my own stupid spikes. But yeah, you have to wait a real life hour before that stat returns to you. So just be wary if you start playing. Dying a lot over and over again. There was a guy logged in earlier, and he died several times, and then that clock starts over again. So you gotta try and stay alive as long as you can. Get this tree here, and then maybe we'll go over and make some spikes. That's something else that it seems like, I like the new spikes. Oh god, repair this stupid thing again. I like the way the new spikes look, but come on, one more. I mean, this is how they look now. They already have the blood on them. It looks like, and they just kind of break and then until they snap, and then they're not there anymore. The only thing I don't like is they cost a lot of resources. I mean, let's go in here and let's go over to, I think they're in this one right here. It takes 20 to make one. And so I got 342 wood. That's only 17 spikes. And you see how long it took me to chop that wood. And it takes an in-game day and a half to grow those trees, all the way up. So that's really expensive for the spikes, and they don't seem like they last any longer. Now, I can't upgrade them to iron spikes, but I gotta get forged iron, which I do not have at this point. So So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a bit challenging. But I'm going to do it, man. We're going to do it. I will be recording and posting videos on Alpha 17. I don't know that I'm going to do them every single day. I'm on day 12. I did day 7. I mean, I guess I could do like a single player and show you what it looks like at the very beginning and how hard it is. But at this point, you can really just take my word for it. If you're going to play, it's the same game. It just takes longer to do things, and you got to watch where you look at them clouds. It takes longer to do things, and the zombies are smarter and harder to kill. So you got to be very careful what you're doing. Let's see. Let's make a few spikes. Oh, wrong one. Let's do this. I don't need 5, but where's that? I mean, yeah. If you look, I mean, I lucked out. I found this compound bow level 2 in that house that I claimed, and I've been using it a lot. But man, once it's gone, it's gone. I have no way to repair it or anything. I don't have any repair kits. You know, I have went and cleared a couple of these buildings myself, and I've only had I'd say myself because I've only had a few people log in. But really, nobody's come over to help me or see me. But I cleared them myself and went and found stuff and found some food. But there's just not a lot of expensive loot. There's just not. I'm gonna have to go exploring, I think, a little farther away. See, I just kind of put that at an angle now. That's what I did right there. I put them at an angle right there. So we're gonna do that. Do that. Turn that one that way. There is one little bug too. If you get the last thing that you're trying to put out, it's like he'll like put out the spike and then he'll punch. Which is like you're done, so you punch. I don't know. Something they gotta fix. That's all there is to it. Let's put this one right here, like that. And how much wood do I have left? 242. I also found. Gotta be careful. I died here a couple times as well. I'm gonna have to move this. As you see, I just got, this is it. I mean, nothing fancy. I want to get metal and put it over here because when the zombies, that's the height that they're at. But that's scarce as well. It's my little hovel. I mean, I got the essentials here now. Now, I have found, quite a bit of stuff, a lot of wrenches, which, I mean, before you could never find a wrench, and now I've got more wrenches than I know what to do with. I've got a few rifles, all level 1 quality, AK-47. I've used that once. I did find this die set, which was good. Put this stuff, yeah, this dry set. I have to gotta put this in a certain way, damn it. But yeah, I mean, so this is just kind of what I have now. I mean, I don't have a ton of stuff at all. Oh, and this is something else. So before you could get magazines, and the magazines you would read, and they would give you a perk. They would give you a skill perk, right? Well, if you look now, let's look at one magazine, Deep Cuts. For 30 minutes, this magazine grants you 1 level of perk plus 1 level of the strength attribute. You still have to meet the strength requirement to gain the perk and increase the level requirement to gain strength. So it's not permanent. It does. So it's not permanent. You read it and then you forget the knowledge you just read. Seems kind of strange to me, but let's do pain tolerance. 30 minutes. This magazine grants you 1 level pain tolerance. I don't know what that is. Hammer and Forge grants you 1 level. You still have. I don't want to waste it because Prismic nature. Okay, let's take this one. And let's go in here and we're going to take a look at this. And we're going to go over to here. And it says charismatic nature, right? I could buy that one right now. +1 to fortitude and stamina. This is stamina and fortitude, I think. So let's read. Let me read that. If I can, use. It's there, but I haven't bought it yet. So now I have it. And in 30 minutes it's going to go away. That's got to be something that they need to change. There's no way that I'm going to have a magazine and you're going to read it and then you're going to forget what you just read. Just go back and read the damn magazine again. I mean, that's what it comes down to. So you should keep that knowledge. We'll see. That's going to be for 30 minutes. We got this little icon down there, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Yeah, so that's what we got going on now. And like I said, I think I'm going to... Oh, wait. I was going to do something here real quick. Got sidetracked like I always do. Not that one. Oh, not that one. Do this one. I did find a nail gun, which is good. Nail guns are so awesome. They just they help you do stuff so much faster. It's unreal. Let me make some more of this. I mean, even bandages are hard to make. I don't know the recipe to make a bandage. I mean, I can make a bandage, but I can't make a medicated bandage. But I can go here and I can go recipes. I can make some aloe vera cream. I know how to make that, obviously, but I can't apply that aloe vera cream to a bandage to make a medicated bandage. Yeah, I don't know. We do this. Oh yeah, let me show you. Watch. If we go back into crafting, see it says 47. I can go here. I can repair. Boom. Don't even have to worry about it. I think I'm gonna take one of these. Hang it. It looks like a bandage. It's not a bandage. It's a cream. It gives you a few points. I mean, if you look, max health, gives you a health of 5, increases your max health of 3, I guess. So, whatever, just a few hit points. And trust me, I need it every once in a while. Oh wait, I'm gonna go up top. That's what I'm gonna do. Go here, up there. So I think what I'm going to do is I got to make this a little higher. That's something else that you haven't seen, but zombies can jump now. They don't just jump. They sky. So I saw a zombie out there earlier, and he literally jumped onto that second where the branches are at of that cactus. And when they were here, they always try. That's why I put this overhang here, because they try and jump. And if I didn't have this overhang, I'm not sure if they would make it or not. So I'm going to go ahead and just make this wall, I think, 1 inch higher. I mean, that's not going to hurt a damn thing by having a taller wall, I'll tell you that. Repair, upgrade. Repair. Yes, that works out. I'm so glad I found this thing because, like I said, without having a hammer and having to use a stone pickaxe to repair, oh my gosh, it takes forever. Now this thing is not going to last me forever either, so I need to get to a spot where I can make some repairs. I just got a feeling how much I just got a feeling that I'm going to run out of time. I mean, it's day 12. I got day 14 horde coming. I just don't have enough stuff to start making iron or anything else. Plenty of rocks. I've been hitting on those, and I've got that little stash of iron in my storage down there. But I need to make forge. I need to get a furnace. I need to do all this stuff. And it's a skill tree somewhere, and I'm just trying to get enough skills to survive long enough. um, so we'll have to see. So this is it. This is Alpha 17. This is the small base we're working on here, and my little set of trees back there. Day 14 horde coming up. Hopefully, I think what I'm going to do is chop those trees down. I'm going to put another wall, like I said, all the way around. See if I can't plant some more trees, get them fortified, maybe range out that way and go cut those trees down. And then maybe make as many spikes as I can before day 14. And if it's not too damaged, I think maybe I'll spend day 16 kind of traveling around and ranging farther away. I have been to I mean, literally, that's just as much as I've explored. I haven't done hardly anything, so I'm thinking this over here. That's the trader. That's where he's at. So I'm thinking I'll spend maybe day 16 doing that, kind of opening up this map some more, getting out of maybe the little desert area. I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff in this game now. They've got, you know, bicycles, and they've got a motorcycle. They got a new Jeep you can build. Um, all kinds of new and intriguing stuff that we can find and figure out, along with the base building and living through zombie attacks every 7 days. So I look forward to making more videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.